Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit here. Today we're going to take a look at Vaccine for the Nintendo Switch. Now, Vaccine is a ultimate throwback to the classic 1990s style of survival horror. More importantly, the original Resident Evil game, which I am a big fan of. I've played almost all the Resident Evil games out there, with the exception of some of the Revelations and spin-off titles and all the bad ones. But I was excited when I first heard of Vaccine. As a matter of fact, it came out a while back, so this is another port on the Nintendo Switch. A lot of people might be initially turned off by the simplistic, blocky PS1 style graphics, the tank controls, and the challenge. But for me, Vaccine presents a flashback to a time in gaming that I absolutely enjoyed. As I mentioned, this has classic tank controls that was in the Resident Evil series to begin with, and it plays just like something that you would have back in the day, and I think that is a faithful representation of what this game should have been. The blocky PS1 graphics just add to that eeriness that only games from that era could have had. I remember the first time I played Resident Evil, I was awestruck. There was nothing that I really played like that at the time, and Vaccine brings that back. I felt like I was a freaking 12-year-old kid again, trying these games out for the first time, and I was creeped out. There's a sudden eeriness about this game. You have to find a vaccination for your friend. They are, infected with what is called the Shredder syndrome. It's a virus in this game. You're in a mansion, and of course, just like in Resident Evil, you go from room to room looking for items to help you survive. Now, what makes Vaccine very unique is that the fact that it plays a lot like a roguelike. Now, you're timed. You have 30 minutes of game time to find the vaccine, but the levels are never the same. Every time you play, it's a procedurally generated mansion. Item placement is also different. Enemy placement is also different. You're not going to play the same level 2 times in a row. So the key to this game is not so much knowing what to do, but also a little bit of luck of the draw, because you could have anything from some enemies to no enemies and have a breeze through this. Now, the enemies, there's only about 3 different varieties of enemies, but that's okay, because I think the challenge is perfect for this game. I died a lot. There's 2 different characters. Each has their own unique attributes. There's a female character and a male character. You guide them, they control the same, but there's a variety of weapons like shotguns, 9mm pistols, and knives to help you along the way as far as med kits go and stuff like that. To heal yourself up, they're there as well. This game might not be for everybody. If you're a younger audience person, you might say, hey, I'd rather just play Resident Evil 7. But if you're a retro gaming fanatic like myself, obviously, this is a treat for you. I think the developers of this game basically did a little bit of fan service for people that miss the classic style of Resident Evil games. I certainly think that Vaccine is one of the better titles on the Nintendo Switch, because it's a little bit of a different genre that hasn't really been covered on the platform at the time. So if you're a big fan of Resident Evil, and especially the classic games, and you like that kind of survival horror, this is definitely something for you to check out. I give Vaccine an 8 out of 10 because I love, the challenge of finding new maps and having to play through. And if you complete the game once, it replays automatically with less time and a brand new mansion. So it's like a challenge. It's like a marathon type of game. So Vaccine, I find a blast to the past. And well, guys, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for checking this review out. I'll see you next time.